This was supposed to be Sidney Crosby's night, but it belonged to the Ottawa Senators, and most notably, goaltender Joonas Korpisalo. Ottawa shorthanded 6 times. He stops all 40 shots he faces.
He was brilliant. He looked comfortable right from the drop of the puck. And you're right, it was supposed to be Sidney Crosby's night, but the Pittsburgh Penguins generated a lot of high-quality chances, and Korpisalo was really strong in tight. I liked his rebound control. Yes, he got some help from his defenders, but Korpisalo is going to be the #1 goaltender or challenging for that spot with Anton Forsberg. He's looked comfortable in his games, and that's all you can ask for from your starting goaltender. Give you an opportunity at critical times, and Korpisalo delivered that in tonight's game.
So Brady Tkachuk had a little nick over his eye from practice the other day. Probably wouldn't have played in this game normally, but he wanted to play in this environment in this game in Halifax, and did he ever?
It's all about timing and being impactful, and you're right. He wanted to be a difference maker, wanted to play in this game. He knew how special it was to some of his teammates. And instead of waiting his way into the game, he was physical. He scores a big goal at the end of the first period by going hard to the front of the net. It was Brady Tkachuk type of game. He got dirty in the corners. He played hard. He was good around the net, and he skated well. He looked comfortable in his own skin. He didn't like the face guard, but he admitted that. But ultimately, he got the job done.
Well, this was Sidney Crosby's weekend back home here in Halifax, the native of Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia. Brought his teammates here, showed them around the city. It was a real special night, even though the result wasn't great for Pittsburgh, but this was a magical night for Crosby.
He's an ambassador for the city, an ambassador for the game, just a class act from top to bottom. You knew he wanted to have a good showing here tonight. Yes, they didn't end up winning the game, but hockey won tonight because of Sidney Crosby. He is such an amazing player. He had some good chances in tight, especially early on in the game. He wanted to bury that underneath the bar. Korpisalo with a great save, but it was Crosby. It was going to be his night, but he was still impactful. They just came up on the short end.
Yeah, because of Joonas Korpisalo, 40 stops for the shutout. He spoke with our Kenzie Lalonde.
Well, Joonas, a 40-save performance tonight for a shutout. A busy night for you here in Halifax.
Yeah. They get sending the puck towards my goal all the time, and got a lot of shots there in the end, especially on the PK. So, but guys did a great job. A lot of the shots were perimeter shots, so felt good.
What can this group take from this win here tonight?
We came here to win. Play as it will be any game during the season. So, I think we were prepared. A little bit slow start, but we kind of got into it, and like I said, the PK was our heartbeat today.
Well, I got to say, I think all of Halifax, this rink here tonight, was hoping for a Sidney Crosby goal, but you were able to close the door. You proud of that?
Yeah, I think everyone knew what the crowd wanted, and that was our goal. Not letting any of those guys score, and we did a great job today.